doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make corned beef and cabbage in your slow cooker. Now, this time of year, right around St. Patrick's Day, springtime, you can find these pre-brined corned beef briskets in your supermarket. And I definitely love this time of year because you can pick these things up. All the work is done. It's already been cured. It's sitting in its own juice. You just have to cook it low and slow all day long. Now, I've done videos with corned beef in the past. I've cooked one with my Instant Pot with the pressure cook feature. I'll leave a link below if you want to see that video. I've also cooked one outside of my smoker. I've also applied a pastrami rub and smoked one to turn it into pastrami. But I've never done a video using a slow cooker. Now you might say, well, why do you have the Instant Pot out? I have a 6-quart slow cooker, and I'm going to be cooking a pretty big corned beef. It's just over 4.34 pounds, it says. And I think if I stick this in my 6-quart slow cooker, it's just going to be too big to get everything else in, because I plan on cooking this whole meal in one pot. But I do have an 8-quart Instant Pot with a slow cooker feature. So if you have an Instant Pot, you can also use that as a slow cooker. You can even cook this in a big pot on your stove. So that's another option as well. But I like just to throw it in a slow cooker, turn it on low, and just let it cook all day. It fills the house with a delicious aroma, and it's absolutely delicious. Corned beef, carrots, little baby red potatoes, of course, the cabbage, and I'm using some chicken broth instead of water to cook it in. And I'm going to show you how easy this is, and once you try it, you're probably going to have a yearly tradition around St. Patrick's Day to pick up a couple of these and cook it just like this. So stick around, I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Okay, so here's my 8-quart Instant Pot. Now I'm going to take this around 4¼ pound corned beef. I'm just going to cut open the one end, and we want to pour all the juices and everything else that came with this in there. That's what's going to add some delicious flavor to those potatoes, carrots, and cabbage. Okay, so just kind of let that pour out like so. Okay, that's good. And we're going to grab that little spice packets. Most of these pre-made corned beefs come with this little spice packet. So pull that out. We're definitely going to be adding that in just a second. Okay, so we need this to be covered in liquid to cook properly. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to add, and this is optional, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire, whatever you want to call it, because I think that adds just a little bit of a distinct flavor to this corned beef brisket. And now I have one of these things you've probably seen in the supermarket. This is chicken broth. This is 32 fluid ounces, so this is 4 cups. We might not need the full 4 cups, but it's better to have too much than too little, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to pour some of this in here. We'll see how much we need. I'll turn it so you guys can kind of see it better, hopefully. And you know, you could use regular water. I know some people put in a Guinness beer instead of water. I think the beer kind of takes away from the delicious flavor of the corned beef, but you know what? Do whatever you like, okay? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to pour the whole thing in because we're going to need a little liquid to cook everything else in, the potatoes and the carrots. Now, some people, if you look at some recipes online, some people put the carrots, the potatoes, and the cabbage and everything in right from the get-go. But in my experience, if you put everything in now, the corned beef is a big piece of meat. It's going to take probably 8 hours to maybe 10 hours to cook. And in that amount of time, you're going to completely overcook the carrots and the potatoes. They're going to turn to mush. So in my experience, we're going to give this corned beef a little bit of a head start. Okay, so now I just cut open the spice packet, and this is optional. You don't have to put this on there. but I love that little spices in there. Adds to the flavor. They're like peppercorns and a bunch of other neat things. So we're just gonna put those spices on there like so. And now we're just gonna close this up and put it on slow cooker function for around 8 hours. I'm gonna let this cook, like I said, initially here, probably anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. And then I'll add the carrots and potatoes, and then after another hour or two, we'll add the cabbage. The cabbage is the last thing. It only takes a couple hours to cook, so don't put it in the beginning. So I'll show you what we do next. All right, so I plugged in my Instant Pot. We're just gonna put that lid on. And then, like I said, we're not going to steam cook this. Now, if you want to do it with the steam function, I'll leave a link below to my other video. You can check that out. That cooks it much quicker, but this is early morning. I want this to cook slow cook all day. So we're gonna hit slow cooker. I'm gonna put it on low, and I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna put 8.5 hours, and then we're gonna go start. I mean, look how easy that is. It couldn't be easier. So now we're gonna let this go, like I said, for a minimum anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. I'm gonna come check it at around the 3 hour mark, and then, you know, it might have to go to 4 hours. I just wanna give that corned beef a good head start to start to cook before we add the vegetables. So that's it. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my morning here. We'll be back later on, early afternoon, see how this is doing. See you guys in a little bit. Okay, it's been around 3 hours and 15 minutes. I have not opened up the lid, so let's take a look here. Remember, when you're using a slow cooker, every time you open the lid, it's gonna take a little longer to heat up. So let's see what's going on here. Try not to steam the camera. All right. So there, oh man. It smells absolutely wonderful. Okay, so it's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the carrots and the potatoes. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've rinsed off some of those red potatoes. I'm just gonna throw them in with the skin on and all. And I peeled the carrots and I've cut them in kind of like big chunks. You don't want to cut them smaller than that because they're gonna cook completely through very fast. So you want as big as pieces as you can. Obviously the little end pieces are gonna be a little bit smaller, but yeah, you want big chunks like that. That's gonna take them a little bit longer to cook. So there we are. Let's get this thrown into the Instant Pot slow cooker. Okay, so I'm just gonna take these red potatoes. I'm just gonna kind of drop them in this liquid here. Got a lot of room over here. Oh, it smells wonderful. You know, use as much or as little potatoes as you like. Some of them might stick out a little bit, obviously. All right. All right, then I'm gonna add those big chunks of carrots. And the cabbage is gonna be added during the last couple hours of cooking time, because that'll completely turn to mush if we put it in this early. So just like so. Not very complicated. Might as well put everything I got here in. I have 2 more potatoes. Let's try to stick one in here. And we'll put another potato like right here. All right. There we are. Quick and easy. We got around 5 hours, 5.5 hours left. We'll come back. That's total cooking time. We will come back, like I said, when there's a couple hours left of cooking time, so around 3 hours. See you guys then. All right, you know what time it is. Drink review time while we're waiting for that corned beef and cabbage to cook. I'm having something from Sweetwater Brewing Company out of Atlanta, Georgia, 420. It's called Imperial IPA, 9.1% alcohol. So that's what I'm having. This is my daughter Ava Grace and my son Kyle.
Hello.
Ava Grace is trying something she's never had. This is brand new from V8. It says it's vegetables and fruit, strawberry banana, 100% juice. So that's what Ava Grace is having.
And the last time I did a drink review with you guys, I had the V8 vegetable juice with the tomatoes, and I said I tasted a lot of those tomatoes.
Yeah. And then Kyle's having Stewart's Fountain Classics cream soda. And I think, where was this made? Was it Ohio?
Wherever the other ones are made.
Yeah, I can't remember. Let's see, Texas. Made in Texas. So that's what Kyle's having.
Made in Texas.
Like,
what's mine made in? What's mine made in?
Well, I don't know. Yours could be made anywhere.
This is all the ingredients. Man,
Made in China.
There's a lot of ingredients in
Are you going to look at the sugars? Look at the sugars before we pour.
22. Okay, that kind of doesn't seem as much. It's just kind of like medium grams of
You heard it here,
sugars.
folks. She's okay with the sugar this time.
Here, let me...
Well, they might be natural sugars. They might actually be good sugars.
All right, let me have your cup.
Well, not in V8, I don't
Or,
think.
well...
Well, I know
maybe
V8
it's
makes the
sugar.
tomato juice. That's what they're...
Maybe it's sugar,
Or
yeah.
vegetable juice, whatever they call it.
Yeah, vegetable juice. That's what they call it.
Okay.
That's what I had last.
It's the color of apple cider.
Okay.
Well, it is kind of the color of apple
And then Dad's...
Oh.
Let's see here.
Oh, that does smell like strawberry banana, my drink. It smells
Pick
like...
this up at the Quick Trip.
This smells weird because it smells like a cream soda, but it smells like it's blocking the actual smell of it almost.
Drink them if you got them.
Smells
Sounds
very
good.
thick.
Your dad, your thing says drink them if you got them.
Drink them if you got
Guys, look. Drink them if you got
That's
them.
what that's his motto of every one of his beers.
them. All right, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Cheers to each other. And then cheers to our viewers. Thanks again for watching. All right, let's go.
Okay, let's have it.
Okay, woo. It's a little bit sweeter than I would have pictured. Okay, the hops is at the end. Initially it's sweet, like grapefruit, maybe tangerine, followed by that hoppy bitterness at the end. But pretty smooth for that high alcohol content. Well, it's going to take a little getting used to, but it's good. Alright, Grace, you drank the whole thing. Okay. What do you think of your V8 strawberry banana?
Okay, guys, the reason I ate the whole thing is because I think this is way better than the vegetable juices. I like it because it's soup, but I just like this because there's so many... Look, guys, how many fruits are in there. Red apple, strawberry, banana, beet, carrot, green grape, and sweet potato.
Okay, so
And
it's got all kinds
there
of
might
stuff
be
going
some
on.
more stuff in there, but there's a lot of fruits in there because it's strawberry
No,
banana.
I like V8 too, just the original stuff. I'm not
But
a
you
big
don't
fan
like-
of tomatoes. I do not like the original one. It tastes like you're drinking tomato soup.
Yeah, I don't like that either, and I love tomatoes. Alright, and Kyle, how is your cream soda?
This has got a lot of stuff going on because it tastes almost, like there's a fruit flavor in it, which is weird. And I can't really. I would think
That is
maybe it's
good.
orange, but it's different.
Okay, would you recommend it? Alright, well there you have it. Can you see how much time is on my timer on the front? Look real quick.
It says 2:42.
Okay, so in 42 minutes with 2 hours left, I gotta add the cabbage. So I got around a half hour to finish my beer, and then I'll slice that cabbage up, and then we're gonna open this up, put the cabbage on top, close it up, let it cook another 2 hours, and dinner is served. That's how quick and easy it is making corned beef and cabbage. Easy cleanup, all in one pot. I think the secret is using chicken broth. As you notice, I didn't add any salt and pepper because there's plenty of seasoning in that chicken stock, chicken broth, and also in the seasoning of the corned beef itself that's going to come out in the liquid.
But you remember to put the corned
Cheers
beef
with an
in?
empty
Yes.
cup. Cheers with an
All right,
empty
guys.
cup.
Cheers again. Thanks for watching. We'll
Cheers
be back in a
with
little
empty
bit.
cup.
Add that cabbage.
Empty cup.
Okay, we saw your empty cup. All right, guys.
Cheers
See you in a
with
little
an
bit.
empty cup.
Okay, so next thing you want to do is to cut that cabbage. I cut it straight down the center, and then I cut into each piece again down the center, and then once more down the center. So I have 8 pieces. I think this is the best way to do it because the pieces kind of stay together, because you got a little bit of that core, you can see right there, kind of holding everything together so it doesn't fall apart when it starts cooking inside your slow cooker. So let me get it over to the slow cooker. We have 2 hours and 5 minutes left, so it's around 5 minutes. We'll put these pieces in and then we're almost there. Okay, so the timer that I initially set for 8.5 hours is at 2 hours and 2 minutes left. So it's been cooking for 6.5 hours total. So now we're gonna add the cabbage. I'm gonna vent that, because sometimes it's hard to get this lid off. Let's see what we're looking at. I'm gonna try not to steam up the camera. There's some steam coming up. All right, so let's take a look and see how tender everything is. The best way to do that is just to take a fork. It looks like it's bubbling slightly. Now you can see there that the potatoes are not done, because they should kind of fall out. Same thing, well, the carrots are almost there. You know what, but bear in mind, we're going to be cooking this another 2 hours with the cabbage. So I think this is good to add the cabbage. These should slide right off. And it does not. So you can see why I like to add them a little bit at the end after having that corned beef cook a little bit, because we definitely want these things to stay, not turn all to mush, which right now looks like we're okay. Alright, so now all we're going to do is we're going to take these cabbage wedges and we're going to kind of stick them in all the way around, and we're going to cook for another couple hours. In 2 hours we'll obviously check, see where we're at. Well, I had a pretty small cabbage, but this 8-quart slow cook instant pot, I should say, it's about reaching capacity here, as you can see. But this will definitely shrink a little bit too. I got one more wedge. There we go. Just like so. We'll put the lid on there. We'll give it another 2 hours. It's got a little bit of pressure. There we go. We'll see you guys in a couple hours. Okay, it just beeped. It's been exactly 8.5 hours. So let's see, 2 hours since we put the cabbage in. Alright, let's see here. Okay, the cabbage obviously isn't quite soft enough and fully cooked. Well, this one down here is a little bit softer. But yeah, we're gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn it up to high, because this has been 8.5 hours. If I had another 2 hours, 2.5 hours to go, I would let it stay on low, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna kick it up to high. We'll come back in around 45 minutes to an hour and see how it looks at that point. Okay, it's been an hour. Let's take a look here. Oh. Hold off on the steam. Alright, this looks done. I'm going to take out the cabbage, get that corned beef out, let it rest for around 10-15 minutes. I'll put the cabbage back in here, keep it warm. Yeah, we are ready. Be back in a minute. Okay, here we are. I've let it rest for around 10 minutes. It's kind of cooled down. We're going to slice against the grain. And look, it's very tender, so I don't know how successful I'll be with slicing it, but we'll give it a shot. Wow, look at this. Oh, it smells wonderful. Oh, there we are. Perfectly cooked corned beef. Slice it against the grain. Yeah, we'll be back in a second. I'll put this on some plates Ooh, it's hot. Ooh, it's like just falling apart tender. Look at this. Ow. Ooh, it's hot. Okay. Let me slice this. We'll be back and give us a sample in just a second. Okay, here we are. Dished out. Corned beef, potatoes, carrots, cabbage. Put some horseradish on the side. I love horseradish with my corned beef. So we'll be back to try this in just a second. Man, it looks good. It smells delicious. Okay, welcome back. I'm here with my wife, Monica.
Hi.
Let's try this here. I put some
It
horseradish.
smells amazing.
I don't know what brand this is, but it's
Well, it's the Engelhofer.
Engelhofer. Okay.
We like that because it's like extra kick.
So take a little bit of corned beef, dip it in that. I like that horseradish.
I like that horseradish too.
And let's try that first.
What is it about horseradish that's so good?
Mmm,
It's good.
that's cooked.
It's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it perfect.
So let's try some of these potatoes here. I'm gonna slice a couple here.
They're like very tender because he just sliced it with a fork. If you didn't notice
Yeah, you
that.
can see that right here.
With a fork.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's like perfect. They just pop.
I guess it
But they
could-
look very textured.
I guess I could have put some butter and pepper on there.
Well, we
but
could, but I'm just.
You know
this
what?
is.
I put an extra some of that juice.
But this smells so good. I
which
can't
is
wait.
Just as good.
It's really good. Okay.
No.
I just had a potato.
You have to
yeah.
try some of the potato.
It's in there.
Oh, and a carrot. I'll try carrot.
All right.
Wow, everything is just so
You can put
good.
butter or olive oil, whatever you want. Really.
You don't need to because that juice,
Well, the juice
the
is
chicken
amazing.
broth we cooked it in, has all that
No, the
flavor.
juice is good. I was just saying. Yeah. No. I enjoy it this way. Sorry.
It's so tender.
It's
like
tender.
flaking.
Sorry, I'm making a mess.
Oh. Ooh, I love that horseradish.
Ooh,
And corned beef, man. If you
I
never
know,
tried
sir.
horseradish and corned beef,
it's good.
mm.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I like the extra hot.
Well, that
good.
is extra hot.
It's
Ooh,
good.
I'm clearing my sinuses.
That's good.
As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it,
really
hit the
good.
like button. That little logo on the bottom of the screen there, that's to click and subscribe to my channel, which please do that right now.
He's got some amazing stuff. You
Yeah.
better do it.
And we'll see you next time.
It's good.
I'm going to enjoy this. This is, man,
I'm gonna eat all your food when you go.
so
in the
easy.
other room.
Slow cooker, get all the ingredients,
good.
cook it in one pot. Absolutely delicious. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. It's so good.
Yeah,
Everything came out perfect.
Yeah, it did. Well, all in one pot.
I thought something would be overcooked. Nothing is overcooked. Wait, cabbage.
No, you got to put the cabbage in last.
No, perfect.
Yep.
It's still got that al dente. Boom. Wow. Very good. And it smelled. It was torture all day. That's the worst part.
Well, not now.
Smelling it all day.
Now we're going to eat it.
So good.